Hi, my name is Katie Trubetsky, and I'm here with Winter Film Awards, and I'm sitting here with the writer and director, Andrew Lyman-Clarke. Welcome. Thank you so much for sitting and talking to me today.
Thank you, Katie.
So I just watched this film. I really, really loved it. I love how detailed it was with a lot of the shots that symbolize what the story is about. And it's very interesting that it was filmed before the pandemic, and I wanted to kind of go into that. Why? How did you come about? Like, what was the idea? I heard that it was based a little bit on a true story. Like, give me some detail on that.
Absolutely. So Night Sweats, was a 10-year process to come to the screen. And the original inspiration was one of the producers of the film, Seth Panman. When he first moved to New York City, he worked for a shady self-help company, which I won't say the name, but it's what True Healing in the movie is based on. And he was doing these trauma interviews. And one day he shows up to work at the self-help company having done something like 500 trauma interviews. And they had just packed up in the middle of the night. They weren't there anymore, and he didn't know what was going on. And to this day, they owe him a bunch of money for work that he did.
Wow.
So he was wondering, what was that company? That was such a mysterious thing. So that became the inspiration for True Healing.
What do you think during filming or after maybe, what was your biggest challenge or something that happened that was like, I cannot forget this? Even if it's something funny or I don't know.
Production story. We got kicked out of a bunch of locations.
Okay.
Guerrilla style filmmaking, you're running around and getting into all kinds of trouble. We did a week of night shoots. A lot of the movie takes place at night, and the climactic scene that takes place at Roger's apartment, we had set up to film at a young woman's apartment at night, in the middle of the night, for 3 nights straight. And after the second night, she just said, "You guys have to leave. You can't film here tomorrow," even though we were paying her. And it's because there was a lot of yelling and the neighbors were complaining, and I don't think she really realized what it's like when this small army of people moves into your space. And
Was she like a actress, or was she in the world?
I don't remember. She was like a friend of one of the producers or something.
Because they don't get it,
Yeah,
they don't
not
get
the civilians. They don't get it.
They're not like us.
Yeah, exactly. But fortunately, after day 1, we kind of smelled that this might be coming. So we made sure to film everything that we needed by the end of day 2, where we could have a movie. And so we got everything we needed. And then for day 3, that location, we switched to a new place because all we needed was this material for an alternate ending, which we didn't end up using. So we kind of had to reshoot the whole scene with the alternate ending at this new Rogers apartment. But it worked out, because we got everything we needed. We also got kicked out of a house in a building in Bay Ridge, which was Rogers' building, which we just rolled up into, started filming in the halls. Yuri's running through the halls in that hazmat suit and everything. And somebody came out and was like, "What are you guys doing in here?" And we were like, "Oh, we're just student filmmakers making a movie." And they're like, "You can't be here. I know the rules of this building. You can't just be filming in the halls. Where's your written permission?"
Right.
And so they called the cops, and the cops came. And in the meantime, we were kind of stalling, telling them whatever to try to get the rest of the shots. Yeah. But the cops came and then kicked us out. And we had gotten everything that we needed, but I was so flustered from the cops coming that I left my Canon 7D camera in a case, just leaned up against the outside of the building, and then came back 45 minutes later and it had been stolen. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's one thing.
Dedication and sacrifice.
Yeah. But overall, I would say the hardest thing about making a feature is when you're the writer-director, a lot of times you're kind of the only person that really cares if this movie happens. And so that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stress. And so making it through the production period where there's all these people with all this human drama and stuff like that, and difficulties with the logistics of the production, it's a lot to have on your shoulders. So I would say that was the hardest thing.
I can't wait to, because I love anything about that world. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that, and good luck for the Winter Film Awards. I can't wait to see you there and see how everybody is going to be looking, dashing and all. And thank you again for sitting with me and talking to me about your film.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you on the red carpet.
That's my building. My roommate's probably passed out. You wanna come up?
Sure.
Did you hear that?
Jake? Jake? You all right, man? Jesus. Jake! What happened to him?
We immediately thought meningitis, but there's no fever and no increased white blood cell count.
This doesn't look like anything I've ever seen.
I live here. I need to know.
Did Jake have a job?
You shot trauma interviews.
True Healing is a video library of people who have experienced trauma.
I don't think they're just interviewing people.
What do you mean?
I think they're tracking the disease.
We did the autopsy. There were tiny holes in his brain.
Has it spread?
We don't know.
I'm gonna figure it out.
So they knew about this disease and they didn't care. They just let people die.
How you feeling, Yuri? Getting headaches? You're infected. All you're doing is digging your own grave.
I'll take the company down with me.